sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the birthplace of rock and roll, Cleveland, Ohio, where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed, and that means we are set for football at Huntington Bank Field. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Cleveland Browns. On the visitor's sideline, Bills head coach Sean McDermott. His guys victorious a week ago, trying to make it 2 in a row here. Across from him, Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski. His guys stuck in a bit of a losing streak right now, hoping the home fans can help them get out of this slump. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
I remember when he came out of Wyoming, the big question mark, could he be accurate enough to be a star in the NFL? I think it's safe to say he's put all of us in our place and put those doubts to rest. He can roll out and run it. He can bomb it over your heads. Everything in between is an absolute nightmare for defenses to try and prepare for. And when he's on, he's an MVP caliber player each and every time he takes the field.
Throwing now is Allen. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On play action, Allen finding Shakir across the formation. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 33. Now Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And we have an injury on the play, and it looks like the running back, James Cook, is the one who's down. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Allen running right on the option. Down to the 25. They'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. You get a look at their key inactives for this week's game, and Charles, clearly you don't want to have any of these guys unavailable, especially when you're where they're at fighting for a playoff spot.
I agree, because the postseason is on the line. So you've got to overcome the injuries and find a way to win. And the only way to do that, the guys available have to step up. What's that mantra in the NFL? Next man up. This is their opportunity.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The numbers on the ground last week for Davis. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power.
And I think the Browns got it. They did. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, a former Blue Hen out of Delaware. It's Joe Flacco. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
And the Browns, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Judkins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
And their success running the ball in the previous game has to give them a lot of confidence, but they also understand going against a top 5 rush defense means you have to have a lot of offense in your game plan. Misdirection, counters, power game, maybe even some quarterback run to take the heat off of the running back.
Bootleg, Flacco. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Flacco from midfield. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Mecole Hardman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive, he burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Davis. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down. You look at this Browns defense. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
1st and 10 at the
well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 they had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB2 is bringing the back up. I mean, my goodness, you take them down, you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
Allen. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Grant Delpit. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
4 yards on the pickup.
Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. 3rd down, Flacco from the gun. To the right side and intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Bills will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
The Bills offense and running back James Cook heading onto the field. We get a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns by a running back, and he sets the pace here in the latter stages of the season. And he's going to have a Bills first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. And the Bills first down.
Josh Allen, he says that he wants to continue to perfect executing the run-pass option. Looked pretty good there.
And he's put in the minds of all people trying to defend him that his legs create big plays. So guess who benefits?
His running back.
You no doubt about it, and you just saw it there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Up the middle to Davis. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. From the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Keon Coleman from 4 yards out. And the Bills are an extra point away from drawing level. Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup.
Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down. And
here's Flacco. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Corey Bojorquez in.
These two teams all tied after 1. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. This offense making its way back out, led by their wide receiver. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
Partner, I know we're in the era of the mobile quarterback, but there's still an element of surprise when that position keeps the football, and what a nice gain on that play.
Here's Allen to throw it. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. Now 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at their 49-yard line.
Inside give to Davis. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. Here's Allen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And a stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage.
It's 2nd and inches at the 35-yard line.
Now a handoff to Davis. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
That's another Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They keep it with Davis on 1st down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Back at the 29-yard
Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play. To the air, Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's Coleman. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
That's a gain of 9.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They go back to the ground now with Davis. Broken tackle. A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. 2nd down and 3. Ball on the 7.
2nd and 3 at the Browns 7-yard line.
To throw, it's Allen. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 3 yards to go.
Davis will try to run for it. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage with just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
1st and goal, Buffalo.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Josh Allen, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Bills have taken the lead. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. Takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 14-7.
Browns 7.
So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was Josh Allen using his legs to polish things off. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Cleveland offense making their way out. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
On the sneak, here's Flacco. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 35.
Passing play, Flacco. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
And the Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On first down is Jenkins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now Flacco. Setting up a screen for Jenkins. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Another Browns first down.
On the zone read, this is Jenkins. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Setting up to throw, Flacco. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerry Jeudy, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Browns are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And we are tied at 14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 41. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on first down? Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Flacco looks to throw.
Open man. He completes it to Judy.
Here comes 3rd down and 7.
Jerry Judy. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Flacco.
Open man. That's Tillman.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Flacco. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd down and 3.
39-yard line.
And again, it's Flacco to throw.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 3.
Now it's Flacco.
He'll try to pick it up himself.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
It's a gain of 11. And the Browns first down.
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
Austin Seibert on for the field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
Seibert's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And you wonder if with Allen's arm, they might just take their chances by dialing up a long one. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Final 3 weeks of the regular season. The regular season witching hour, when playoff teams become also-rans and also-rans become playoff teams. Let's dive in. Our look at the NFL starts now. In Charlotte, the Panthers at home to take on the Bucs in an NFC South matchup. And this is Chris Godwin. He's going to bring this one in, and away he goes. Mark it down as a 65-yard touchdown catch. The Bucs with a 2-touchdown lead, 21-7 the score at the half. From there, let's go to Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. Check in on the Titans as they host the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's Isaiah Pacheco. He's going to take this one in, and he's now into double figures, his 10th touchdown on the year. Lastly, let's go out to the desert, Glendale, Arizona. The Cardinals taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And this is Michael Wilson. One of his 2 touchdown catches in the first half. This one's at halftime now, and it's the Cardinals with a 10-point lead at the half. With that, time for a look at the playoff picture. Things starting to come into focus in the NFC here in Week 16. In the game you're watching, it's been tight throughout, a field goal separating these two sides through 2 quarters. As we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. On the return, here's Jerome Ford. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Flacco. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. The Bills' offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Allen off the play fake. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
The last run went so well for them, maybe they should have just handed it off right here, too. Instead, the quarterback ends up keeping it, and the defense is right on it and wipes away the yardage gained on the last snap.
Now Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. On the ground, it's Judkins to start the drive. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. He may go. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Quinshon Judkins with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Bills 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
39-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So you get a look at their key inactives for this week's game. And Charles, clearly you don't want to have any of these guys unavailable, especially when you're where they're at fighting for a playoff spot.
I agree, because the postseason is on the line. So you've got to overcome the injuries and find a way to win. And the only way to do that The guys available have to step up. What's that mantra in the NFL? Next man up. This is their opportunity.
And that is incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 3. To pass, Flacco. They'll swing this out to Jenkins. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play.
Here's Flacco. That's going to be caught by Judy. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
It's 2nd and inches at the Bills' 48-yard line.
A give up the middle, Jenkins. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bills shaken up on the play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. First down, right back to Jenkins. Shedding the tackle, that gives him some room. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 132 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A break from the ground game here. Flacco. This is caught. Touchdown, Browns. 3 touchdown passes now for Joe Flacco. And the Browns are able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A solid stiff arm. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bills offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
A first down carry for Davis. There's a nice move. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
They go again with Davis. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? You just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Allen. Now he'll tuck this and run. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
First down. A gain of 18 on the play. And the
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback, and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the Bills are going to have a first and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door.
First down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Davis is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. Allen now on third and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Prater's kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Browns offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Flacco off play action. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Joey Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
An inside run with Jenkins. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
This is the tight end, Njoku. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 76 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Throwing now is Allen. That's taken in by Palmer. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
To the air, Allen. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down.
Here's Allen to throw it. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 22-yard line.
That's another Bills 1st down. A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down.
Allen to throw once more. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Davis is in. Touchdown, Bills.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Prater on to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Browns.
So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jenkins. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 25-yard line.
Here's Flacco. Catch is made by Hardman. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
A gain of 24 yards. That's good for a Browns 1st down.
A give. Here's Jenkins. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Taken down right at the
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Flacco from midfield. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. 3rd down, Flacco from the gun. Checks it down to Jenkins. And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Browns 1st down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Passing play, Flacco. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Bills are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Allen going to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. Here we go. This is 4th down. Allen. That's caught by Shakir. And he is going to have the Bills' 1st down, and that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give them a new set of downs.
1st down. A gain of 22 yards. 1st down, Bills.
I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Throwing, Allen completes to Shakir once again. Here's a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Allen.
The 41-yard line.
Coleman has it here right side. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. That is caught by Shakir. Here's 2nd down.
A gain of 4.
To throw is Allen.
At the 36-yard line.
And that is incomplete. The dog pound barking as loud as they can here. 3rd down. Here's Allen. He'll try and do this himself. Fights through. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 24-yard line. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
At the Browns' 20-yard line.
Now Allen. This one complete to Coleman. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
The Bills' 1st down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Here's Allen. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
A loss of 11 yards. It's 2nd down and goal.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's in for the touchdown with the clock reading triple zeros. And the extra point, if they hit it, will send this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now, have the momentum, go ahead and get it done.
And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. And he is in. The call works, and they have won the football game. So let's recap. How about the guts in this one? You score on the final play. Thought they were just going to try the PAT and tie it, send it to overtime. Charles, they went for 2, and they won it right there.
Well, the book, right? You know the book that everyone plays by, right?
Yep.
That mythical book says, kick it, get to overtime, you're covered. If you don't, you go for 2 and you don't get it,
Your job could be in jeopardy. But sometimes people just know their teams. They may have felt like they were out of gas. They had to have it now, and they did it and got out of there with a win.
So for Buffalo,